Welcome to the Unstoppable Trifecta, the podcast where leadership meets real life and you find your keys to extraordinary living. I'm your host, Julia, and every week we explore what it means to lead with resilience, walk in accountability, and live with humility, no matter your title, your industry, or your story. Whether you're in the boardroom, on the shop floor, behind the scenes, or rebuilding from a setback, you belong here. Before we dive into the topics ahead, resilience, accountability, and humility, I want to start with one foundational question. Who's this podcast really for? The reason I ask this is because clarity about who I'm speaking to shapes every story, every principle, and every insight I'll share with you in the weeks to come. This podcast serves you if you're built success, but you still feel a pull toward something deeper. You may be in leadership, business, or service, but you realize that credentials don't always guarantee clarity and titles don't always secure trust. You want tools to lead more effectively, live more authentically, and grow without burnout or breaking down. You're someone who understands that pressure is part of the job, but you're tired of carrying it all by yourself, all alone. You've made hard decisions. You've faced setbacks. And you've had to recalibrate your direction without losing your integrity. You're in my audience if you've come to understand that soft skills aren't optional anymore. They're critical. The ability to navigate conflict with humility, to bounce back from failure with resilience, and to own mistakes with grace isn't just admirable, it's essential. So some of you may be asking why this podcast even exists. Well, it's because I believe 3 traits separate great professionals from impactful leaders. They are resilience, the ability to adapt and move forward despite pressure or failure. Accountability, the willingness to take ownership without defensiveness or blame. And humility, the strength to listen, learn, and grow regardless of title or tenure. And those aren't buzzwords. They're really leadership essentials. And they're what elevate performance into legacy. Over the years, I've worked with leaders who have had all the right strategies, but still struggled with burnout, culture problems, or a lack of influence. And what I've discovered is you don't need more tactics. You need alignment with who you are, how you lead, and what really matters most. So what can you expect? This podcast will offer you weekly insight to develop what I call leadership endurance. Not just how to succeed, but how to sustain success without compromising who you are. You can expect practical leadership insights grounded in experience, personal stories that connect to real-world application, frameworks and reflection questions you can use with your teams, and occasional interviews with leaders who model the trifecta in action. We'll tackle questions like, who do you become when the pressure's on? What's the cost of avoiding hard conversations? Where do trust and influence really begin in leadership? Why do the best leaders know how to apologize and really mean it? Whether you're a C-suite executive, a team leader, an entrepreneur, or someone leading quietly in your corner of the world, if you're committed to growth that's grounded in integrity, then you're in the right place. So here's my simple invitation. Bring your experience, bring your ambition, and also bring your questions, your challenges, and your real self. This is a space for leaders who don't want to just do more, they want to be better. And I'm here to help you do just that. Thank you for starting your journey with me. And in the next episode, we're diving into a question every leader eventually faces. Who am I without the title? We'll explore identity, influence, and the quiet power of leading from within, long before anyone ever gives you a position or applause. Until then, stay curious, lead with courage, and never underestimate the power of showing up with all three: resilience, accountability, and humility.